Hi and welcome back. Today we're going to do the rear discs and pads on this 2006 Nissan Pathfinder. This is a 2.5 diesel model. So that's the truck up on the jack and the axle stand. And what I'm going to do first is just give it a quick clean off. There's a lot of road debris on here, so if you're cleaning these two, put a wire brush over these two, which will remove the caliper, and then the caliper hanger is this bolt and the one bolt at the bottom, so I'll give them a quick clean off before we undo those. So I've given them a bit of a wire brush off now. The caliper bolts are a 14mm, so we'll just take these two off and remove the caliper to start with. Okay, so the both top and bottom bolt is now removed. Just remove the caliper. Quite handy if you just put it up there and remove these pads. They are extremely low. Now I'll just take these two clips off. Got a lot of road grime on them, so while I'm changing the disc I'll just sit them in a bit of degreaser just to clean them off. Now I'm going to take off the caliper hanger. These are 17mm bolts. They were reasonably tight. Just use a bit of a breaker bar to undo them, and they come out pretty easy. Same with the bottom one. Okay, the disc should come off quite easy now. You do have a little rubber grommet here. You take a little rubber grommet out, and that just gives you access through the hole to the actual handbrake shoe, or the spring, the retaining spring for it. But the disc should now come off quite easily. Remember, take your handbrake off before you try and remove the disc, otherwise it won't come off. This one comes off quite easy. And the little retaining screw I was talking about with a spring on it, which retains the handbrake shoe. Okay, that's our replacement discs. These are good ones. These are Brembo. Again, this is another friend's truck I'm just doing for them. So decent quality and mid-range pads. First thing we do is just use a bit of brake cleaner, because they're stored with a bit of lubricant on them, stop them rusting when they're on the shelves. So we'll just give them a good clean up with that before we put the discs on. Remember also to put a bit of brake cleaner around the inside, because the brake shoe holds onto this bit, so clean it off so the handbrake has a good grip on that once it's back fitted again. It's gone. Just going to hold it on in place with one of the wheel nuts, and making sure I fit the rubber grommet back in or putting the disc back on in the right place so the rubber grommet goes on, so you can actually get to the retaining screw for the handbrake if required. Next thing will be pushing the caliper back in. Okay, so the hanger, I've actually removed the pins and sat them in some degreaser, because the top one, especially the top one with the rubbers on, that was sea solid and wouldn't move at all, so I'll give it a good clean up. I'll put some new grease in, a good quality grease in there, and fit the rubbers back on the top, put it back together and fit it back on. Put some new grease in the sliders, and moving nice and free now. Tighten these up to the specified torque. With the new pads, just put a bit of copper grease around the ends before fitting them back in place. Like in my previous videos with brakes, this is a kit I used, like I said before. It's about £15 on eBay, and it's got left and right handed thread, and they just get fitted into the caliper and just screw the caliper back. It's nice and easy, very simple. Okay, that's the caliper pushed back in with the tool I showed you. Just fitted the two bolts, hand tight, top and bottom. They just need to be tightened up to the required torque setting. I'll put that on the video. And that's the wheel ready to go back on. This side finished. The opposite side is exactly the same. Thanks for watching.